Hello everybody, my name is EST Life Safety Man, back with another system test video. Today we're going to be performing system test 2 on the EST IO64 fire alarm control panel. Now for today we have a couple of different devices. As you know, right here we have an EST SIGA 270, which is a different device than what we had last time. It is a double action EST pull station, and it has the Edwards logo on the bottom because this used to be a conventional pull station, but I added a module on the back so it can be a normal adjustable pull station. To the left we have the same device as last time, the EST SIGA 278 with the newest EST logo brand. It's also got the fire alarm protective cover on the pull station, so if anything hits it, then it's most likely not going to get hurt unless it's something spiky. Up here we have our fire alarm control panel, and I replaced the NAC wiring recently, so it looks kind of messy and not like zip tied, because usually I zip tie my wires, but I don't think it'd be a good idea to zip tie them just in case one of them fails and I have to cut them all out. But yeah, I replaced the NAC wiring. We might use a brake rod in a future video because I do have 3 spare brake rods because of this pull station. Going up, we have the same smoke detector as last time, nothing very different. I have 3 different smoke detector heads, so I might use a different one in another video. But yeah, it's got the same EST logo as it does on the fire alarm control panel. For the fire alarm devices for today, I have these. These are the newest versions of the EST Genesis series, which is much larger and much bigger than the shorter, older versions of these. This one is a Edwards EG4AR multi-candela horn strobe that has 4 different coding options, which is temporal high, temporal low, continuous high, continuous low, high meaning high volume, low meaning low volume, and temporal 3 is code 3, and continuous is just continuous. Up here we have an Edwards EG4, I think EG4VR. It's the strobe variant of the EG4R. So I think this might be a G4R. I don't really remember the model name. But this is just a strobe variant. It's nothing horn strobe or anything. These are both set to 15 candela when we, set them off. But anyway, let's get started with the system test. The first thing that I'm going to do, which is probably basic, is I'm going to set the fire alarm control panel to walk test. So you go into your menu button, scroll down to test, scroll down to walk test audible, press all devices, then start. Now for this video, it didn't ask me for a passcode at the beginning, but if you got an EST IO64, the passcode for a walk test is 2222. Again, EST has its own password key. It just didn't say it this time because I already put it in once. So yeah, it didn't ask me for a password that time. But we are ready. It is in walk test and we can test the system now. So let's test this first pull station. We're going to key test it this time, which is putting the key in, opening up the pull station, and flipping the switch in 3, 2, 1. And just like that, the pull station is tested key-wise. So to key test a EST SIGA, you just open it up and flip that lever. If I was ever testing a building, I'd probably pull it like normal, because for some Edwards devices, it has this little handle right here, and if they flip the switch and don't check the handle, if you pull it, it can sometimes not hit the switch. So I'd rather recommend to pull it just like the normal way to do it. And it won't set it off because it's already been activated. And I think it might flash a red light in there if it's good enough. Yep, see that? Give it a second. See, it has that red light down there? It shows on the module that the fire alarm pull station has been pulled, so that's why it shows that kind of red LED, which I thought was really cool. Now let's move on to this pull station, which is a bit more difficult to pull with the camera. All I have to do is lift the cover up, Then you just pull the fire alarm. We're gonna pull this one this time. 3, 2, 1. There's that. Now let's reset this pull station, which is a bit more difficult to do because it's under a cover. Oh, there we go. Perfect fit. Now let's move on to this. There we go. Why is my camera so weird? What's going on? Okay, we're back. Why is my camera acting weird? Okay, well, that's the walk test. Oh, wait, we have to do the smoke detector. So, for the smoke detector, we have to get something called smoke centurion, which is a spray that acts like smoke and tricks the smoke detectors into thinking that there's a real fire. So we're going to test that now. We just give it a little spray. That was not a little spray, but just give it a little spray and that should be enough for the red LED light to come on and the system be activated. There we go. And that is it. You can see it's well, here's this EST IO64 78 blue panel to the right, EST IO64 78 blue panel to the left, and it should say EST SIGA PS overhead junction box, which is that smoke detector. Let's end the walk test by going down, scroll to test, go to walk test audible, all devices, and then end. And then when the panel is done resetting, we can finally test the system entirely. And ladies and gentlemen, that is the walk test, and now we can finally just pull the fire alarm. We're going to pull this one because I key activated it the first time, but now we're going to pull it for real this time. In 3, 2, 1. That's our test, and yes, this is on audible silence, so yeah, so the strobe will keep flashing, don't mind that. The strobe will keep flashing when the devices are silent, but the horn will not go off. Now that we've silenced and acknowledged the panel, we can now reset the fire alarm control panel, and it should be back to system normal. We can put our keys back. Let's see, reset. There it is. That conducts our test for the fire alarm system. Oh my gosh, 0.5 is weird. But thank you guys for watching so much, and I'll see you guys in the next system test or just in the next video. See you guys. I hope we can get this channel to resurface again, and I'll see you guys whenever the next video is. Okay, bye!